Hi everyone, welcome to Wednesday here at the Singing Lady. Here in Toronto we've had a little bit of a cold front blow in. How about where you are? It's pretty chilly here. We've got some snow caps outside. We've had our first snowfall as of yesterday, and we'll just take a quick peek out there to see what's going on. So here's a little sneak peek at some snow caps on the bushes in preparation for the big guy. And if you notice, just across the parking lot, we have another store right over there. And it's got lots of stuff, and we're going to visit that at some point in the next video or two, so stay tuned for those surprises. Come on back in where it's warm. So our tree's up at home. We're excited about that. It's all pretty and red and gold, and it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. We thought you might need a little bit of help with just a few good tips on some table essentials for when you have your family and friends over this Christmas. So we're going to visit a few items in the store to see if you need anything, because we can show you what you do need. All right, so stay with us. I think the most important thing on your dinner table would have to absolutely be some sort of pitcher to keep nice cold water for your guests and your family. So I'm going to show you a few different kinds. This is a silver-plated ice lip pitcher. It's Victorian. And the reason we call it an ice lip pitcher is because it's got a lip and it catches the ice as the water pours into the glass. So this keeps the ice in the pitcher and the water cold throughout the dinner. This is very pretty. But you can also use a crystal pitcher. This is also an ice lip pitcher, just built a different way. There's just a lip here that catches the ice underneath the cuff of the pitcher. So that's super pretty as well. Then you could repurpose something. If you have lots of guests and you need lots of water, you could actually use a wash basin pitcher, which is a fun way to actually put water on your table in a different way. And then here's something a little bit more contemporary, a little crystal one for an intimate dinner, maybe with another couple. So, good item for the table. Should always have one of these stored somewhere in your house. How much do you love butter? Well, if you live in my family, we love butter. And butter is a very important part of the dinner table, especially at Christmas time. Well, at any dinner function, really. But we're going to show you a couple of options here for butter on the table. So we're going to go from fancy to something that we can repurpose. This is a Victorian butter dish. It's wonderful. It's got a domed lid, which comes off. It's got its own server, which comes off. And it's got this handy-dandy little ice chip plate that comes out. So you just put a few chips of ice down here, small cubes of ice, lay this back on, put your wad of butter on there, and then it's ready to go all through dinner without any fear of it melting or becoming the wrong temperature. A very elegant way to butter your bread. This is a more simpler version. This is just an open butter tray with a glass insert. Holds nice 1/4 pound of butter, which is good. And you can also use this as a wine coaster as well, so it's kind of versatile that way. Fits a bottle of wine perfectly. Then we could go back to what they used to do in the old days, and that was to give everyone their own little butter pat. Aren't these sweet? So everyone would have one of these at their table, and at their place setting, and they'd have a little section of butter on each one at each place setting. It's a very personal and a very thoughtful thing to do it this way. Another thing you could do is you could repurpose salt cellars. There's lots of salt cellars out there. They come in pressed glass. They come in fine china. You could actually set these up the night before, load them up with the soft butter, and put them in the fridge for a bit just so they harden up. And everyone could have one of those at their place setting as well. It's just a cute way to serve butter. So there's some butter options. All right, all turkey lovers, it's time to unite, and the best way to do that is with cranberry sauce. So here's some options for your table for just that. Remember, you don't need anything spectacular for cranberry sauce, but it's always nice to have something special. So at this time of year, something very festive like this green and gold glass item is wonderful. It's got its own little underplate. It's got its own little gold ladle. It's super cute, and it's got a divider inside. So if you wanted to do two types of relishes on your Christmas dinner table, that is extra special for that. You could just go with something simple, a little crystal bowl with a little spoon. That works just as well. Or if you're a lover of Delft, a little blue would be nice for your table. Or how about some cobalt blue, something a little bit extra special. All right, so have fun with your cranberry sauce. It's easy. Just find something you love and put it on the table and fill her up. Setting the table is a lot of fun at Christmas, and it's important that your guests feel welcome to that table when they sit down to it. So we're going to show you some options for actually putting a centerpiece on your table. And whether you choose to use flowers or candles or both, it's up to you. Just know your limits, and if you think you've gone too far, just come back and edit it a bit. We're going to start with something tall and elegant, which are these beautiful brass taper candle holders. They hold tapers, or you could actually put small pillars in them. They're very tall, which is good because you can see your guests through the table to each other. So this is one really nice option, and I'm just going to switch these out for something else. I'm going to pull these aside, and now I'm going to put something bigger in. So these would be silver-plated silver-plated candelabras, which are super elegant, and they look really pretty. You could put some greenery around them. You could do little greeneries around the bottoms of the candles. That would really tie them in with Christmas. These are a really, really nice option and an elegant one at that. All right, and now we'll move off to something different. You can use your creative energy. This is a Victorian's bride's basket, and we've just got some faux holly and berry leaves in there, but you could do some fresh flowers. That would be pretty, or a nice poinsettia coming out of that. That's a really pretty thing. This is what a bride used to carry down the aisle when she got married back in the day. Really kind of something different. This is your creative side working. All right, and then one last thing. Bringing in some candlelight is always nice. Now this is a faux arrangement, but you can add some festive candles, and that's very, very nice. So there are some options. Just have fun with it. It's all you need to do. Hi, I'm Tammy, otherwise known as the Singing Lady, because I sing, "High on a hill was a lonely goat, hoodley, 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 hoo," a lot. Not a cloud in the sky, a few of my favorites don't go changing. I own this consignment store in Toronto, so if you're ever in the area, drop on by. And if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and subscribe. Links are below. I'm so glad we had this time together. So long.